Hi, and welcome back with Remote Learning with Mrs. Camacho. So this is going to be our listening and learning portion of our learning. So we're going to continue on talking about the 4 seasons. And I just want to go recap on what we've spoken about and learned about so far. We have talked about how in different parts of the world there are different kinds of weather, but we live in the United States of America, which is in the north continent of the world, and we experience 4 types of seasons typically, right? So we've already covered the winter season, we've already covered the spring season. So if you're going by the cycle, winter, spring, summer, and fall, right? Say them with me. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. So we are going to be talking about what season? Well, let's go over the seasons again, okay, just in case. Winter, spring, summer. So if you said summer, you are correct. So we're going to be talking about the summer season today. And what I want you to remember are the characteristics of summer. So that is going to be our objective for today, is for you to know what the characteristics of the summers are and how those characteristics affect our daily activities and the clothing that we wear during the season. Okay, so let's get right to it. Before we begin the read aloud, I always like to go over my vocabulary words. These vocabulary words are going to help you better understand the read aloud, okay? So the first word that I want you to think about is distinct. Can we say the word distinct? Distinct means clearly different. So for example, the twins look alike, but they have distinct personalities. That means that they behave differently. The next word is indoors. Can we say indoors? Indoors means inside or into a building. So for example, the cold weather makes me want to stay indoors where it is warm. The next word you should be very familiar with is sunscreen. Can we say sunscreen? Great. So sunscreen is a lotion or spray that protects the skin from the sun or the sun rays. So for example, when I go to the beach, I wear sunscreen to protect my skin so that I don't get sunburned. And then the last word is thermometer. Can we say thermometer? Thermometer is an instrument or tool that measures. If you said temperature, you are right. It's a tool or instrument that measures temperature. And for example, the thermometer outside says that the temperature is 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's get into the read aloud. So you know that Annie is our little pen pal who is going to be narrating this read aloud for us. So let's pay close attention. And while we're listening, I'll be showing you the images that go along with the read aloud, okay? Dear kindergartners, hi from your pen pal Annie. Today I'm going to tell you about summer. What kinds of things do you think of when I say summer? My favorite season of the year is definitely summer because I love the warm weather and sunshine. Summertime means vacation because I don't have school during the summer months. At the beginning of summer, our part of the earth receives the most sunlight that it will get all year long. The days are the longest they will be all year in the summer. In most of the United States, the summer season begins in the month of June and includes the month of July and August. No matter where you live in the United States, summertime will bring the warmest weather of the year. You remember what these are called, boys and girls? If you said thermometer, you are right. One way to tell how warm it is outside is to look at a thermometer. Remember that a thermometer is a tool that measures the temperature. What does a thermometer measure, people? The temperature. Good job. When it is cool outside, the liquid in the thermometer stays down in the lower part of the thermometer. When it is warm outside, the liquid rises in the thermometer and comes close to the top. Which thermometer do you think shows what the temperature might be during the summertime? If you chose the one on the left, you are correct. Because remember, the thermometer rises to the top. That means that the temperature is getting hot. Do you remember that when we talked about the winter months, we said you could tell how cold it is by the way people dress? The same is true in the summer. You can tell how warm it is by the way people are dressed. All of these people are dressed for warm weather. What do you notice about the way they are dressed? Can you name some of the articles of clothing that they're wearing? Great job. As I've told you before, I live in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. My teacher says that Washington, D.C. is a good city to learn about when studying the seasons because there, the 4 seasons are distinct from one another. It is easy to tell by walking outside or looking outside the window whether it is winter, spring, summer, or autumn. Remember, autumn is another word for fall. Good job. Summer is the busiest time of the year in Washington, D.C. because each year millions of Americans come to visit the famous monuments, museums, and buildings during their summer vacations. The city gets really crowded during the summer, but I like to see all the different kind of people downtown. During the summertime, the weather can be very hot in Washington, D.C. See how high the liquid is in the thermometer to the left? It says it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That means that it's really hot outside. It's a good thing there are so many vendors who sell cold refreshments like ice cream and snow cones to help visitors stay cool. The trees in Washington, D.C. are full of green leaves during the summer. In my neighborhood, there are lots of parks with grassy areas that are mowed so people can enjoy them. On weekends, many of my neighbors are out working in their flower beds and gardens. Ooh, what do we see there, boys and girls? I like to go to the local swimming pool to keep cool in the summer, and lots of other people have the same idea. Everyone at the pool is wearing plenty of sunscreen so they do not get sunburned. Nothing ruins summer fun like a bad sunburn. Sometimes you can rest under shady trees to protect yourself from the hot sun. Other people simply stay indoors, especially on the hottest days. The 4th of July is the biggest summer holiday, and it is an especially important day in Washington, D.C. The 4th of July is the birthday of the United States, and many people celebrate the day with families and friends. Lots of my friends have picnics or barbecues and take trips to the beach. I like to go to the parades during the day of the 4th of July and then go to the booming, colorful fireworks at night. I also love eating lots of watermelon. Thanks to the 4th of July and trips to the pool and beach, I always think of fun times when I think about summer. What is it that you like during the summer where you live? Your friend, Annie. So, what I would like for you boys and girls to think about are, what are the characteristics of the summertime? And also, what activities can you do during this season? And I want you to take a couple of seconds and think, and then tell the adult that's next to you what your thoughts and ideas are about that. When you are done, I would like for you to draw a picture, label your picture, and write about what are the characteristics of the summer season and what are some of the things that you can do during the summertime.